Hello children, with hope of your well-being, let's start today's new video. Standard 4th Subject English Lesson number 35 The King of the Golden River Part 2. My dear children, in the previous video, lesson number 34, part 1, we learned that the treasure valley was ruined because of the bad behavior of the two wicked brothers Hans and Schwartz. And the southwest wind never come back again. And let's see what happened in this lesson, the part 2. Southwest wind was true to his word. He did not return to Treasure Valley after that night. Neither did any other wind, so there was no rain. Nothing grew in Treasure Valley anymore. The brothers made no more profits. Here, after that night, the southwest wind did not return to that treasure valley, and neither any other wind also. So there was no rain. So what happened, children? Nothing was grew in that treasure valley anymore. So that brothers were not getting any profit. Next paragraph. The wicked brothers then began to make money by selling gold. They melted in a furnace the gold articles they had. They mixed a lot of copper in it and sold the mix as pure gold. Again they made poor Gluck work in a furnace while they spent the money on themselves. The wicked brothers started making money in another way. How it was? By selling gold. They melted that gold articles in a furnace. Here furnace means it's a container which is heated to a very high temperature so that the substance inside will melt or burn. Then what they did, children? They mixed a lot of copper in it. Copper is a reddish metal. It has not value as like gold. And then they sold the mix as pure gold. Here again that poor Gluck has to do all the work in the furnace, and whatever money they are getting, everything these two wicked brothers they were spent for themselves only. Next, soon all the gold in the house was spent. Only one thing was left, a beautiful golden mug that belonged to Gluck. Gluck's uncle had given it to him when he was a baby. Gluck used to drink both milk and water from it. A strange beard face was delicately carved on the mug. Gluck was very fond of the mug. He did not want to part with it, but his wicked brothers only laughed at him and threw the mug in the furnace. They asked Gluck to pour the gold when the mug was melted and went out on some wicked enterprise. Here all the gold in the house was spent very fast. Then what was left, children? Only one beautiful golden mug that was belonged to Gluck. Then when he was a baby, the Gluck uncle was gifted this beautiful mug to him. Then Gluck had used this mug for what? To drink milk and water. Gluck was very fond of the mug. Why, children? Because one strange bearded face was carefully carved on that mug. He did not want to part with it, but these wicked brothers, they were laughed at him. And what they did, they threw that mug in the furnace. Then they asked Gluck to pour the gold when the mug was melted and went out on some wicked enterprises. Here, enterprise means business. For others, some wicked business. They both of them went out. Sadly, Gluck sat down to watch over the mug being melted, but strangely, after some time, he began to hear a voice singing from the furnace. He lifted the lid of the crucible, and what did he see? The face of his old bearded friend on top of the melted gold. Come, Gluck, my boy, said the voice from the crucible. Pour me out, I am too hot. Gluck was too astonished, but he took hold of the crucible and tilted it to pour the gold. Instead of gold, a golden dove came out of the pot. His was the face carved on Gluck's mug. Pray, sir, said Gluck, rather hesitatingly, were you my mug? Now, here the strange thing was happened. What happened here? Listen, the Gluck was sat down very sadly. What happened? Because his beautiful cup, that mug, they were thrown into that furnace. So that mug started melting. Then after some time, what happened, children? That one, he heard a voice singing from the furnace, and he lifted the lid of that crucible. Crucible means a container in which something is heated to a very high temperature. And what did he see here? The face of his old bearded friend on the top of the melted gold. From that crucible, he heard the voice. What it was? Come, Gluck, my boy, pour me out, I am too hot. That sound was telling like that, I am very too much hot, please pour me out. Gluck was surprised, but what he did, he tried to tilted that crucible and pour the gold out. But children, what happened? Instead of that gold, a golden dwarf came out of that pot. How he was looking? His face was carved on the Gluck's mug, as same it is. Here, pray, sir, who said Gluck? Pray means here, please, sir. Rather hesitatingly, were you my mug? Who said? Gluck was asking to that golden dwarf. Next, I am the king of what you call the golden river. The golden dwarf told him. He added that another stronger king had turned him into a mug by magic. Gluck had freed him from that enchantment. Here the dwarf was told to Gluck, I am the king of what you call the golden river. Again he added that, he said again, the another stronger king, what he did, he turned him into a mug by magic. Now what happened? Gluck had freed him from that magic. Enchantment means magic. The golden dove went on to say that he had seen how kind Gluck was and how wicked and cruel his brothers were. Then he told Gluck to a secret. If anyone poured 3 drops of holy water into the river where it started on the mountain top, the river would turn to gold for that person. A person could try this only once, and if anyone put unholy water in the river, he would be turned into a black stone. So, saying, the dwarf jumped back into the furnace and disappeared. Here, the golden dwarf had seen how kind Gluck was and how this wicked and cruel his brothers were. Then again he told Gluck a secret. If anyone poured 3 drops of holy water into the river, where it started on the mountain top, the river would turn to gold for that person. Yes, it was a secret. This golden dove told to whom? Told to the Gluck. Then a person could try this only once. And if anyone put unholy water in the river, he would be turned into a black stone. So this all he explained to whom? Gluck. Then what he did? He jumped back into the furnace and disappeared. We'll continue the remaining part of this lesson in the next video, that is part 2 of this lesson number 35, the King of the Golden River. Thank you.